Is Josh Giddey proving to be a piece that the Chicago Bulls cannot part with after this season? We got to talk about all that and more in today's episode of the Chicago Bulls Breeze. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. Only channel talking Bulls, how Bulls fans talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So Josh Giddey has been absolutely balling in the month of February. And the question that I have to you right now is Josh Giddey proving himself to be a piece that the Bulls are going to have to hold on to? And it's because of these last couple of games. Now, over the month of February, Josh Giddey has been playing well. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and you guys know I haven't been the biggest Giddey fan on this channel, on Locked On Bulls either way, right? But Josh Giddey over the month of February has been balling out. But there's one thing to me that he's accentuated over the last couple of games that I really think you need to pinpoint in. But over the month, right, 19 points per game, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Now, my big thing with Josh Giddey has been if you're going to average 5, 6, 7 assists, you have to give me something on the other end. I like the offensive output, like the fact that you're giving me the rebounding, but you can't be the guy who's simply I can go out there and give you some good scoring. I can facilitate the ball okay. I can rebound the basketball for you. If you're giving me absolutely nothing on the other end and you're getting cooked more times than not, and so the 20 points you're giving me don't matter as much. The rebounds may still be impactful, but now all of a sudden, right, the assists that you're giving me don't matter as much because somebody is putting up 30 specifically on you. That was my biggest concern with Josh Giddey. But since the All-Star break has returned, the one thing that I can actually say about how Giddey has played his game is not that he has turned into this leaps and bounds better defender, right? I'm never going to sit here and tell you that Josh Giddey is going to be a top 5 defender in the league. I'm not asking him to be Jimmy Butler. I'm not asking him to be Lonzo Ball. I'm not asking him to be this dominant guy on the defensive end. What I'm asking him to be is a guy who can't get picked on by defenses. And you know what? Over the last couple of games since the All-Star break, he has shown me that he has that ability. The effort has been higher. To me, I think he's played the pick and roll a little bit better, kind of knowing where he needs to be on the court. I think he's used his length so much better around the rim and leading to him getting blocked shots. I think that he's played the passing lanes better, just more aware. And it doesn't mean that in these games he hasn't gotten sauced up. Doesn't mean that in these games he hasn't gotten cooked on defense in plays. But the thing is, every single play down the court, can I say that I can pick on Josh Giddey? Now it seems like, at least for these first couple of games, and we'll see if that stays that way, right? Now it seems like you're not able to do that. And I think here's the thing, and let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Do you feel like Giddey is proving himself, or has he already proven himself to you that he's a piece that the Chicago Bulls absolutely have to hold on to moving forward? But to me, like the conversation around Giddey that I think gets interesting is, can this continue? Because right after the Zach LaVine trade, you kind of saw that that offensive uptick come pretty immediately, right? He started getting more opportunity. I think he's gotten much more aggressive with smaller guards on him. I think he's getting to the rim better. He's finishing at the rim better. I think there's a lot of things that you can look at in that sense, or in that conversation, and feel good about that, right? But to me right now, when you're talking about Josh Giddey and the numbers that he's put up, like I said, and we could put those graphics up, right, over the last 8, these numbers are impactful when you give me more of that effort on the defensive end. And that, to me, is what we've seen out of Josh Giddey over these last 8. Well, I'm not going to say over the last 8 games, right? Because there is the 2 Detroit games where you're not as impactful. There's a couple of games in there where he does end up getting cooked. But when you look at those last 2 games specifically, and this has to continue throughout the rest of the month, right? When you look at those last 2 games specifically, that to me is where we've seen Josh Giddey kind of show, okay, listen, I'm going to use my length at the rim. I'm going to get some block shots. I'm going to play the passing lanes. I can get out on the break. When you play him in that Lonzo Ball lineup, right, where it's him and Lonzo Ball, if Giddey gets the steal, he gets it up to Lonzo. Now you see Zoe streaking down the left side. They kind of shift to him. He's able to get the ball back to Giddey. Giddey's finishing at the rim with an easy bucket. That to me is something that I think is valuable for the Chicago Bulls moving forward. And it's something that I think, you know, if you can keep that defense leading to offense on this team, I think that Josh Giddey does have a value. Now, is that value kind of what was talked about, right? The $25-30 million that it seemed like was his asking price. I don't know if that's the conversation that we're having here, but if this is the guy that we've seen over the last 8 that you think is the long-term piece, I think that he is proving himself. I think that he is proving himself useful. I think that he's making his points more meaningful. You've seen the last couple of games versus New York, versus Phoenix, right? Those are 2 of the better defensive games that he's been a part of. 2 of the best defensive games that I've seen from him. The thing for me is consistency, because me and Hayes had a conversation today about, you know, Giddey or Kobe White. Which one would you rather have keep moving forward? And I said on Locked On, if you're giving me this Josh Giddey, if you're giving me this version of the player, I'm all in on Josh Giddey being here long term. If you're giving me the Josh Giddey who's not showing the effort defensively, not giving 110% on that end, not, you know, like, and again, not saying that he has to be elite, but give me elite effort. Because what Josh Giddey does, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this the last couple of games, is he's raised his defensive intensity. The team has raised their intensity as a whole. Everyone, right, kind of matches each other's energy. Unfortunately, that's the kind of team that you have right now. You don't have somebody that can push. It seems like when Giddey's giving his all defensively, when he's doing his best to stay in front of a guy, when he's playing well on the pick and roll, when he's closing out, he's closed out on the 3 ball extremely well, using his length exceptionally well to close out on the 3 ball, especially when getting switched off of guys or getting a little bit lost in coverage and having to recover there. I think that he's done that exceptionally well over the last couple of games. Again, it's something that needs to continue, but that means more to me than the inconsistencies that Kobe White has. Kobe is who he is. He's a great scorer who can be a great scorer in moments or can be a great scorer in certain games. And then there's other games where he's going to give you 8 points. He's going to give you 4 points. He's not going to be able to hit the broadside of a barn. He's not giving you that extra. Now, again, ball's out of his hands. Is he more of a point guard? Can he be more of a point guard when you actually give him the ball in his hands? Sure, maybe he is. Maybe he goes to another team and he flourishes. But I can find another Kobe White. If you're telling me that I have somebody who can be a 19 point per game, 7 rebound a game, 5 assists per game, with a steal and a half and a block a game player, with a steal and a half and a block per game player, that's his numbers through the last 8. That's a player that I want on my team long term. That's a player I want on my team moving forward. That's the Josh Giddey that I think most of us believe that we were getting sold here when you made the trade for Alex Caruso, to make the trade for Alex Caruso look palpable. Again, I'm not asking you over that same 8-game stretch. Now you've got the 2 Detroit games in there, so maybe that changes this a little bit as well, but he's a 120 defensive rating. Not sitting here telling you that he's going to go out there and just ball out on a night in, night out basis. But what I'm asking of you is to show me that you're not lost on that end. I think that we have seen that from Josh Giddey over the last couple of games. And to me, that's the important thing. If you can keep that up, not saying that you're not going to be somebody that gets picked on, but they can't pick on you every single play. And that's some of what we've seen out of him this season, where teams are literally just going, find Giddey, find a way to attack him. That's where this has to go. Hopefully this Bulls team can find some pieces as the season comes to an end. I talked about Matas Buzelis as a piece. To me, he's the only piece that we need to see get going. But let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Make sure to tap in with us for the Chicago Bulls live reactions, live watch parties that we do here as well. And make sure to tune in with us on the on the Windy City Breeze daily, as we got a ton of content dropping over there as well, talking Bulls, talking Bears, talking everything Chicago sports, talking everything sports, really. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. See Red Nation. Stand up. Peace.